What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we got a few things to do. We got the motor is painted up and looking awesome. It's hidden under there. We got some chrome valve covers in for it and a chrome air cleaner. Our motor mounts came in also yesterday, so we're going to try to get maybe the motor set in today. We got these in from Richie's Classics, I think is what it is. And let's see here. Let me get these open. All right, so it's rainy outside today, man, so it's going to be really loud. I might not do a lot of talking today and just do some videos, because once that rain starts coming down, it's super loud in this metal shop. Anyway, here's our motor mounts that came in from Richie's Classic at RichieTruckSuspension.com. And these were like 180 bucks, something like that. So I've used those a couple times. I'm not sponsored by anybody, so if somebody wants to sponsor me and send in some motor mounts for the next build, that'd be awesome. Come with some instructions and all the stuff you need, all the bolts. Let's see, we're probably going to paint these up, make them look a little bit cooler, and we got a few other things to do, and then we'll get back to this part. All right, so to come to find out, this is not a 351 Windsor. I didn't even check it. I didn't realize it until I got these chrome valve covers that come in to make this thing look cool. Went to put them on, they would not fit. So did a little research, started looking around, trying to figure out what motor this is. Turns out it is a 351 modified. So our motor mounts ended up not working. Valve covers ended up not working. They don't even make motor mounts to go with the Crown Vic swap at all. You got to make your own. So as you can see, my motor's sitting already in there. We've already done it. I've got some clips I'll throw in, but we had to make our own motor mounts for this, and I had to send back those chrome valve covers. The new ones won't be in until like, I think between Saturday and Tuesday. So when they come in, we'll slap them things on. Man, they're gonna look awesome. That motor is looking really cool. Yeah, those chrome valve covers, big chrome breather up top. It's going to look really good. It's going to look awesome. So heck yeah, 351 modified it is. They don't make a lot of stuff to interchange with this for anything. So I don't know why, but it is what it is. That's what that is. We got to adapt to it and make it fit. So that's what we're going to be doing in this episode, man, is working on those motor mounts, showing you guys how we got those in, and a few other things. All right, this is what we got so far. Still got to grind on it, make it look a little bit prettier, but she's not looking terrible so far. You can see where we scabbed it and had to weld to the front of it, but it's looking okay. It's looking all right. We're gonna go do another test fit and see how she does. All right, this is just a dry fit on this one. It fits up pretty dang good. Like I said, I'm still going to take the grinder and clean up the edges a little bit and paint it up and make it look good. But she's not looking bad right now. Fits right in there. We were able to use the bushing that come with the Richie's motor mounts. We just kind of had to cut it and split it and build my own little process there. Apparently they don't make any of these motor mounts at all. Nobody does. You just got to make your own. So I'm making my own. That side's in there looking pretty good. The motor's looking nice and straight in there. Our transmission cross member is in, and the center, the mount for the transmission mount to that cross member is lined up in its stock hole too. So all that stuff should be good. Everything looks good. I know we're up a bit higher than we were stock. I can tell because of my gas arm. Little lever right here is not reaching like it's supposed to, but man, we got to do what we got to do. And we're about an inch off of this cross member here. You see our space. Luckily, the oil changing plug, if you can see, is right there on the side. So we got plenty of room to change the oil. But yeah, we've got about an inch in there. Not too bad. Now we're going to start building on this one. And I'll kind of walk you through the process of how I did the other one. This is how it came. So that one that's up in there started like this. I painted it all up, made it look good. Just now I have to cut the crap out of it. And anyway, so what we've got going on, let me get all my stuff set up over here and I'll show you. Okay, so this is how this thing was supposed to mount. This is how it does on like 302s and everything else. But this on the flat plate sits there. And then apparently the mounting positions on the 302s and stuff would be flat, and it would just bolt right in. But we didn't get that lucky on this one. So what I'm doing is, you can see this is 2 pieces. 1 piece, this top is a 2-piece. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this top piece off. Okay, you can see I got that top plate off, and it's just kind of loosely mounted up into the stock motor mount bolt holes. So this thing, what I did last time on the other side is I just kind of cut this straight in half right here, clean all the way in 2 pieces, and then I'll take this top piece, this top half, and I'll mount it up there like it's supposed to go, and then I'll put the motor mount bolt down here. But don't forget to do your measurements with this puck under there, your rubber bushing under there. So it's going to go like this, and once that's in there, you can see we're not really too far off from connecting with that. So yeah, like I said, what I did on the last one is I'll go ahead and mark this thing, and I'll grind it and cut it in half, and then I'm going to mount this up there like it goes, and then we're going to run the bolt through this one on the bottom right there and get them lined up, and I'll show you the next step. Alright, now I cut this piece in half. See how it was like that? I cut it, and I left a little chunk of this backside on so it have some rigidity to this, because I flip it around and make that the front to kind of give it some, so it doesn't flex on the front. And now we're going to bolt this to that plate, and I actually already cut a slant there. And once I get it in there, I don't know if you can see that on the camera, how that mates up. Can you see? Yeah, decent enough. Mates up pretty good. So I'm going to take this plate back loose, because you've got to bolt it from the inside. And I'm going to go ahead and get this bolted up where it needs to be. And then we'll put it back in here, and I'll get everything lined up, and I'm going to tack it in place, put a couple tacks in it. And then we'll take this whole thing out, and then I'll show you what we're going to do from there. Alright, now we got this thing tacked up in the position that it's going to be. I got it tacked up on the inside, not the outside, because we're going to put a plate on here. I didn't want my weld to, you know, make the plate wobble. But you can see inside there I've got it tacked in. That's the shape we're going to need right there. So now that I've got that in the shape, I'm going to take these 2 bolts back out. We're going to pull this unit back out and take it over to the bench, and then I'll show you what we're going to do. Alright, now that we're at our workbench here, get it all organized. It's looking good. So what I do is I just take this piece of board here, and I'm going to set that on there, and I'm going to trace around it and get a piece that fits this and lines it perfect. I'm going to do on both sides. We'll trace around it and make a little piece, and I'll show you guys the next step. Alright, so we took our little pieces of paper and we traced it out on some metal, cut it out on metal, and let's see, we've got it numbered. This is side 1. That's going to cap on that, just like that. If you can see, we're going to weld around all the edges, and then we're going to grind it down to make it look good. And then the same thing for this other side. This is side 2. That's going to set on there like that. And then we're going to weld it all in, make it look good, weld it on the inside, the outside, and then she'll fit right in there. So let's get these pieces welded on and get that thing in. All right, y'all can see that motor mount in there. We got it all in, looking good, man. That turned out all right. You can see where I capped it, welded it all in. You can see on the inside there where we cut it, I welded that seam there too and got it all welded up. But she looks pretty good, man, sitting in there. These are about one of the very few sets of 351M motor mounts in life. I have searched all over, man. I couldn't even find anybody talking about how they made theirs. Let's see, I got that one in there. I smudged up the paint a little bit. You can see a couple spots. I'll touch that back up later, but she's sitting in there on her own now, looking good. Got her centered up pretty good. We got about 1 inch under there, you see that? Yep, everything's looking good, man. So those motor mounts turned out awesome. Heck yeah, I was a little worried about that. So it's gonna finish it up for today. I'm pretty wore out. I'm gonna head on to the house, shower up and get some dinner. I'll catch you guys here tomorrow. I don't really know what the heck we're doing today. I'm still waiting on those valve covers to come in. I don't want to get too far ahead on this motor because those valve covers are tucked up in there, man. I don't know if you can see that, but the motor's either got to come out to change those valve covers, or I think we can just pull the brake booster. I think we pull that brake booster off. That'll give us enough room to get to this one. That one right there I can already get. But I think they're going to be in tomorrow. So I thought about maybe we can mess with the bag stuff today. We've got the brackets up here. They've got to be welded in right here. And we're going to paint them orange too, make them look pretty cool. So possible we might work on that today while we've got it exposed. It's easy to do. We can just take off this wheel, take out the strut, and just get it mounted right in. Easy stuff to do. What else could we do today? I've also thought about we might just go ahead and also just wire this dang motor back up. I do want to hear it run since we've had it tore apart, put back together. Let's see, just maybe try to get some of our wiring cleaned up. Most of this wiring, we're not going to run down the fenders anymore. We could also go ahead and cut out the inner fenders. So you see the battery went there. There was a battery here. There was other wiring that ran. We've got to eliminate all of that. And most of the time I try to mount it up here on the firewall. So if we can get it mounted in up here somewhere, that'll eliminate all this stuff running down the fenders. It'll clean it up, put it in there. Also, we've got this super cool shirt today. Got that made in, got that sent in. That's really awesome. If you guys want one of these smooth as egg shirts, let me know. We're going to get a little website put up, and we're going to have some shirts on there and some other stuff. So if you guys decide you want some shirts, we're going to have some. We're going to have Rad Fabz shirts. We're going to have smooth as egg shirts and some other stuff. So I'm going to quit talking and figure out what the heck we're going to do on today's project, and then we're going to get on it. All right, man, finally, we got these valve covers in. I've been waiting for these. So I had to loosen up this brake booster here to make some room. That way we could get this off. That's what we're about to do, man. That's going to dress that up and look awesome on there. So let's get these out. I think they're 7/16. We're going to take these off, clean up this mounting surface. We've got new gaskets, and we're going to slap these things on. Ooh, sheesh, it's hot as freaking heck out here in this shop today, man. Oh, all right, so it's time to do a little update. You can see we got the front on there. We've got a lot of stuff knocked out today, or actually in the last couple days that I've not filmed. Figure I better grab the camera and catch you guys up before I get too far. We're about to pull the bed off of this son of a gun. We've got her back together. She's been running and driving. We've drove to town a couple times. Everything's going pretty good. The drive shaft that I built is doing good. Hold on, it goes in. It starts loud as heck. All right, so the drive shaft's doing good. I think the carrier bearing was bad. It's kind of jangling around in there. So we know that it's running and driving. We can get the drive shaft taken care of a little bit later. I just wanted to make sure everything was going to be good. But yeah, we got some rims in. Really excited about that. They're over there. They're over there in that box. Okay, let me show you what we got going on. Okay, you can see she's squatted there in the front. That's what the airbag's up to. We've got the bags in the front. That's with them up to about 80 psi. So she lays down pretty low. I've already checked. Bumper's damn near touching the ground. Hood back on, engine's back in, everything's looking good. Let's pop this hood and show you. Look at there. She's looking mint. Looking very nice. Got her all back together. She's running good. We've got our battery boxes in there. You see that? And then we've got a battery box over here that we built. Got everything running to it. We've got that little wire right there goes to the horn. We've got to get that connected still. But everything's hidden. Everything that was on this fender right here, our voltage regulator, our starting solenoid, everything, we just kind of ran it up, and it's under the battery. It's down there up on the up on this core support now. So yeah, look at that, guys. She's looking good as heck in there. I think I threw in some clips. We had to make those motor mounts right there to get everything to work right, but dang, look in there. Looks really cool. I told you guys that orange was gonna look good with this. The orange and that chrome, plus we've got the big chrome rims over there. It's gonna make it look really good. So, all right, I'm gonna shut that hood back. We got to get the rest of the bolts out of this bed. I've already had it up on the lift this morning, and we've got them all out over there but one. That one right there is being an a-hole, so I think I might have to grind that son of a gun maybe out, but it's okay. Got that. We disconnected our gas lines there and unplugged our tail lights, so she's pretty much ready to go. I'm gonna grind out that last bolt right there, and then we're gonna whip this thing around and back it in here, and then we're gonna do the process of getting that bed off there. All right, now we got this bed strapped in, or strapped up. We're gonna try to lift this thing up. Could be a couple things still holding in there. Hopefully not. We got all the bed bolts out, the gas tank hoses, but I'm sure we're still gonna have to finagle with something. Let's hit this button, give it up, see what it does. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull these gas lines out. Everything's looking clear. We're going to tap it up a little more. Check and make sure we ain't scraping this side of the truck. Looking good. Looking good. Looks like we got a couple lines under here. What do we got? Okay. We got a trailer plug. We got a ground. Oh shit. What do I got in here? I think something just bit me. He's still in there, he ain't happy. Alright. Let's go up here and try to raise this thing up some more. It looks like we're clear. Oh yeah, she's clear. It's as high as she's gonna go, but we got enough clearance. You can see here we got her up. Everything's clear in there. If this is your first time doing this, make sure you get all your plugs here unplugged from, there's a pigtail coming from the frame there. Unplug it, make sure there's no grounds. There's a couple grounds that right here and right here that go to your tail lights. Not tail lights, your tag light. And then if you've got two gas tanks like us, you know, you want to get your filler neck loose there and there. But everything's up, man. We're about to fire up the truck. We're gonna pull her on out, get this bed down and drag it over here, and it's gonna be there for a few days. Damn, oh crap. I'll raise her up a little bit, get these arms out of the way. All right. Okay. We got this thing. It is heavy as heck. I don't have any help right now. I'm going to try to drag this son of a gun over there, put it over there for a few days. If I can't get it, I'm going to have to wait for some help to come. Let's see. She's heavy. Oh, she's going though. We got her to move. Oh yeah. Oh no, come on, Whew. Whew. Bam! Got her over there. Got her over there. That thing's a little heavy. What are we doing here? Oh. All right, we got her cleaned up and backed up in the garage. We went ahead and pulled it around and hit this with the pressure washer. It was a little dirty and cleaned up everything. Them tanks look dang near new. Check that out. Well, all right, I don't really know what we're doing with the process on this one. We're gonna do this one a little bit different, I think, than we do some of the other ones. So first thing is we're gonna go ahead and mark where our axle is before we start tearing this crap apart. I usually just kind of get me like a little plumb bob or something and center this and just make me a line right here on both sides. And then from there, we're going to disconnect the drive shaft, get it out of the way, get rid of these leaf springs, roll this rear end out, cut off those baskets where those leaf springs went. And I got the C-notch kit in yesterday. I think it's over there. We're gonna go ahead and start getting set up and start getting this notch built in and get this thing set down. And then we're gonna order up our 4-link kit. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know if we're gonna do bag on bar or just the same old process we've been doing. So, don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and we're gonna put, I'm gonna put the lift arms under here and get this raised up, get all this crap off here. All right, guys, check that out, man. She is laying low as heck. It's gonna go down low where our tires are sitting on our fenders. We still gotta trim those some more. And let's see. Man, she is laying low as heck. That bumper is on the ground right there. It could go down a little bit lower. You can see she's kind of cocked a little bit. It's because we're sitting on this gas tank right here. I didn't even think of that, man. You can see she's sitting on there. I'm sure we could probably do some mods and keep that tank, but I'm just gonna get rid of it. It's kind of gonna be in our way for our triangulated link or whatever we plan on doing anyways. So I think we're just gonna remove that tank. We'll get it out, disconnect it, and we'll keep running off this back one. That one's full of gas anyways, keeps dang pouring out all over the place. So yeah, we'll try to rock this back one here, get rid of that one. This back one's not gonna be in our way. You see, we got plenty of room. But that middle one right there, we may take that off and try to sell it or something. Looks like a pretty dang good tank. All right, so now that we've got that off, I'm gonna open up our C-notch kit, and I'm not gonna show you guys how to install that. I've done that in other videos. We're just gonna make it happen, man, get it done. So I'm gonna open that up, get over here and line all this crap up and start welding and cutting and get it in there. It's going to be something like this, I think. Everything's not exact. It's kind of floating, but your upper bars are going to be at an angle here. This is going to be a bar that comes all the way across, like a support bar that those are going to mount to. And then the lower bar is going to mount to the axle and then come up. We're going to use the big square tubing, not that, and come and mount up in here somewhere. And then the lower bag mount will be there. We're going to have an upper bag mount somewhere in here, and that'll be our bag on bar setup. That way we can save our tank. All right, we are back out here. I've got a lot of updating to do for y'all. I took a lot of pictures. I haven't filmed much. I've taken a lot of pictures. I've been trying to knock this thing out. You see we got those rims on there, and sheesh, man, she is looking nice with those. Those are 20s by 9.5, I think. Sweet van. All right, let's let that truck go by. You see she's all back together. I've been driving the heck out of it. Looks really cool. We've got the engine back in. Everything looks really good. She's been running smooth as eggs. Got the battery on charge there. We've got the whole back end done. Hopefully the sun doesn't throw off. You can see here, looks really freaking awesome. We got the lower bar there with the bag on bar. The upper bar's here. Yeah, you see what's going on. See that? Looks really cool. We got the shocks in. We've got all of our air stuff, dual compressors. Got the 3P there, all back together. She's running good. I've left it aired up for a couple days here just to make sure she's going to stay up and it's not leaking any, and it's not. So everything's good. Let's look inside. Got our controller here. Let's see. I'm probably going to pull it out there and get it out of the way and lay it down. I've got another project to work on today. But let's get it outside and show you guys what she looks like laid out. She isn't wanting to start today. I know I've been having a problem with that pickup coil. I wonder if that's gone out. If so, we might need to swap that out today. I don't think it's getting a spark. Well, sometimes you're gonna have this. I guess. Let's I guess we need to maybe I know yesterday I was having an issue with the pickup coil, so I bet we need to swap that thing out. It seems like it's wanting to it'll like fire off whenever the key releases back into the on. And that's what it was doing yesterday. I checked for the spark, and it wasn't getting no spark when I was cranking it. But as soon as my key would like release back to the on position, it'd get a last spark at the last minute, last second. So that's a cause for that pickup coil to be going out. Son of a gun. All right, let's call up O'Reilly and see if they got one of those in stock. All right, we are back here the next day. We got our pickup coil. We're going to swap that thing out. We actually have already had a couple issues with that thing. I'm going to make another video on that, on how to install that in detail. If you need to know in detail how to install one of those, go watch that video. We're just going to get this thing swapped out real quick so we can get this thing finished up and get it running, get it out of here. So, all right, let's grab some tools, man. Let's swap this thing out real quick. Shoot, it's hot as heck, man. All right, let's try to give that thing a start now. All right, guys, there she is. She's looking good, man, laying low. Them rims look, rims looking good. Got that bumper all the way on the ground. She lays all the way out, man. It is looking awesome. We had a nice little get together this weekend. I'll throw in a little clip. You can see the burnout marks maybe all in the parking lot right there, all through here. Let's see, we had some right there. Guy did a burnout all the way out. We had maybe, I think we had maybe 11 or 12 trucks out here this weekend. Just a little grill out with some buddies and some Ford trucks. Super cool time, and I will post a video, a quick little video of that. But here she is. You see how she looks. That's with the 3-inch Z in the front of the frame up there in the Crown Vic swap, and it's got her laying down pretty low. I've done it before without doing that Z in the front, and it don't really lay out all the way right. It's kind of humped up in the front, and honestly that front could probably come down a little bit more. I don't know, we're sitting on the frame. Our tires are touching on the fender just a little bit. We could trim that up a little bit, but it's sitting on the frame. I don't think it's going to go down anymore. We got this one right here. This is Corey's truck. It's coming up next. So if you guys want to see this one right here be bagged out, make sure you watch those videos. We're going to be jumping on that one. We got to finish up the hard body. We're just doing a little stuff to the hard body in there. Probably going to paint it, just some simple little crap, and get it out of here. And then we're going to jump on Corey's. That one's going to be a cool build. So yeah, here it is. Hope you guys like watching the build of this orange truck here. If you guys liked it, please hit that subscribe button or that like button.